So here's Crystal Lake. It is pretty crystal clear. It's really sunny today. You can see here I've got my MARPAT. It's like a 3-day assault pack. I've got a little molly on it. There's not a whole lot in it today because I'm just kind of going on a short hike. I've had this pack for a really long time. I just never have really used it that much. I've also got the big Recon pack in that pattern. I kind of like it. This is just going to be kind of my all-around pack with whatever I need to throw in it. Not a bug-out bag, but just, you know, the usual hiking pack. Right in here. I've got my 9 Makarov. Kind of a Walther copy. Makarov to me seems like a really light round, but I've seen where they were in Russia and they actually killed a female grizzly with one. You know what the load was on it, but they did do it. A couple of shots, it was dead. So it is, you know, it can be bear defense. I just wanted something compact today. I'm just here kind of chilling out. It's really bright today. I was too lazy to put on sunscreen, so I've got my shemagh in case I've been cooped up most of the winter and it's always been dark out, so I'm probably not acclimated to any kind of bright UV light. But I could use a little vitamin D today, a little bit, so I'm just going to risk it. Alright, hopefully you can see I've got it on. A lot of times I'll do a lot of this filming and I think you guys are seeing what I'm doing, but you really can't see me. So I've kind of got my monopod up a little bit higher today. See, I got to have a fashion show for you. It's always an outdoor fashion show here at Mystery Trail. So this is the digs for today. Now, I will say that I will be on this channel. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new. I've noticed that I'm not getting any new subscribers at all. I'm landlocked completely. Only about 30 people watch this show regularly, but that's okay, you know. If I got a loyal audience, that's more important to me than having like thousands of views or having a loyal following. Crazy about you guys. I love it when you make comments and ask questions and stuff. So my big thing now is like I've had this pack before. I've not used it a whole lot. I've used the big one for like section hiking, but I decided that it's still the new year. It's still just 2 months in. It's almost March, and you know, I'm gonna follow through with a lot of the goals I've had for this year. I'm doing decent, and one of those is getting rid of a lot of extra gear that I've had. I've either done reviews on it and I just don't need it anymore, I don't think, or I've upgraded and got something better. So if it's not in the field, I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to store it. I just don't have the space anymore. If I don't have shelf space or anything like that for something, it's gone, no matter what. And I've got a good place to trade stuff around too and sell stuff. Like today I went into the surplus store, and I'm going to the surplus store, and like David, David always has an entourage of these guys, young guys, old guys, always in there constantly. And as soon as I brought a bunch of Army helmets in, a bunch of helmets. As soon as I brought those in, these guys, they just dove on that stuff before he had a chance to even look at it. What do you want for this? What do you want for that? And I was like, man, I'm trying to sell this stuff or trade it to David. Then you all can decide and divvy it up. Ask me 10, 12, you know, crazy. If I'd known the stuff was that desirable, you know. You got to be discreet. When I'm trading with somebody, a loyal person, I'm not going to undercut them, and I'm not going to, especially when it's their establishment, you know, they get first dibs on everything. So we worked out a deal and everything went fine. We worked out a deal. I've got a bunch of helmets that are on my shelf that I keep for my night vision, high cut and low cut helmets. I just don't, you know, I don't need anything else. Anything that's redundant. It's not gonna fool with it anymore. Lighten the load. So this U.S.M.C pack I've got on is real rugged. It's always gonna be useful. I'm gonna hang on to it. I've still got multiple packs, which is good because I've got stuff stashed in different places. I've got supply depots here and there. But I'm wanting to get things down to the type of gear that I'm going to use, the stuff that I don't really ever use. Or if I've lost weight, a lot of the clothing and stuff doesn't really fit me that well anymore that I got. I'm going to start letting some of that stuff slide too, I think. I know people that could use it. I'm looking for a bailout bag. Looking for that. What's this? Here's some trash here. I hate when people leave trash. I thought it was, it's a propane tank. If I come out on the way, I'll pack that out. I don't know what it was at first. You gotta watch what you pick up too anymore. You gotta watch, you know. You just never know. Could be radioactive or something. That's happened before. Hear that story about those guys that were hiking through the woods and they got cold and they found some canisters in the woods that had been discarded that were giving off heat. So they slept around them. Turns out they were radioactive batteries that in Russia that some kind of nuclear plant had tried to dispose of. They just threw them in the woods. And things did not go well for those guys. They got radiation sickness and cancer from that little debacle. Yeah, but like I was saying, you know, like good rugged gear. In some cases, it could be hard to come by. You don't know. There are times when things get scarce, especially military surplus stuff. It goes through stages just like any other item, where you can't get it, or other times where it's just too much of it, and it goes up in price. I think, you know, to me, the internet's ruined us. So I've talked about this. Like, I don't know, was it that Commando store and like Vera Strelka and all that? It just, to me, it ruined a lot of the surplus stuff and a lot of the different types of items. I won't go into that, but just to me, they've cheesed out everything to the point you can't even talk about it hardly. So all I can do really anymore is give you guys my own unique experience, take you to a few places maybe you've never seen before. Here's something. I found something right here. Look at that. A lot of people would think that's obsidian, but it's actually not. It's actually glass, molten glass from an iron furnace. that's in this region. There's a whole lot of this stuff around. See, it's all over. Yeah, this is interesting. If you're into weird rocks and geology, there you go. Look at that. There's tons of it here. Also slag. This stuff's really lightweight. This is slag from the furnace. I haven't seen this in a while. They call them clinkers. My dad used to call them clinkers. That's what he always called them. Clinkers, because they clink. Check out how clear that water is. Kind of makes me wish I still had my Labrador. She would have loved to swim in this. She'd have gone wild. She passed away many years ago, but she loved water. And speaking of water, it's time for a hydration break. Got this water bottle. I don't really like the hydration pack that's in this pack. It's not a real Camelback. I've gotten spoiled on the Camelback ones. They're so much better. I'm not trying to advertise for Camelback. It's just that those are the ones I always like using. Any of the generic ones are just kind of, I don't know, just never did really suit. But you know, I'm just picky about certain items anymore. I'm picky about what I get and deploy in the field. I think that's okay. It's like those guys at the pawn or the military surplus store. You got a lot of people hang around stores like that. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm cool, but they're good guys. You know, they hang around like that. They hang around pawn shops and stuff, and they go goo goo gaga over stuff that comes in. And you have to watch. You have to be discreet. I've learned to be very discreet. I'm doing little side deals here and there. Anymore lately, I live in a world of low-key personal favors and backroom deals. That's the way I like it. You know, to me, that's more important than trying to make a whole lot of money off something and going hog wild over stuff. Recently, a guy came in there, and I didn't do what I say that I'm doing. I didn't practice what I preach. This guy comes in with a whole lot of military surplus in there. Everybody starts picking through it before David even, you know, he's known, David can sell stuff even before he even pays for it. So everybody's picking through this stuff, and this guy's a big guy. He had a bunch of 3X stuff, 2X, 3X, 4X. He had a big kind of, I don't know, it was like an Arc'teryx or I forgot what you call that stuff. It was, I don't think it was military because it didn't have any tags on the inside. It didn't have any nomenclature or serial numbers or anything like that in it. But it was green, and it was sort of a had a hood, some big anorak. And I was wanting it. I kept looking at it and asking him about it and all that. And I was like, "Oh, I can't believe you want to sell that." And sure enough, after he got to thinking about it, he decided he didn't want to sell it. He took it back and kept it. He sold the rest of the stuff, but he kept that piece. I'm like, damn. Because, you know, David would have let me have that for pretty much nothing. I mean, I don't know what brand it was. It didn't have any branding on it, but it was like a big, I've forgotten the name of that. I don't want to say, but it was made out of a kind of a rubbery material. It wasn't Gore-Tex, I don't believe, but it was, you know, you could tell it was a really high-end jacket, and it was kind of a dark green color, and I was really wanting it. It'd been perfect for me because it was an all-around, you know, all-weather anorak kind of thing. It appeared to be rainproof and windproof. So you got to be discreet. Just look at something and go, see if it comes up for grabs. Don't act like you are too interested in something. That doesn't work with women anymore. It used to. they're onto that shit. Anyway, let's see where I'm at here. I'm gonna cross this stream here. I'm kind of going upstream here a little bit. I'm just sort of wandering around, just kind of seeing the sights. I don't know if I can make it across there without getting totally soaked. This way. Kind of pacing around here. A lot of thorn bushes and different shit here. There is a main trail, but I'm off of it apparently. It goes up to a little park up here. I'm not too far from the Appalachian Trail. There is like a connector up here. You have to do a lot of walking to get to it, but it is. That's what it is. I appreciate you people coming along with me. I hung up on some rose bushes there. You see all these rose bushes through here. In the summer, it's just impenetrable. That's why you have to have good gear. If you wear shorts and stuff in the summer, you're dead. Death by 1,000 cuts. It's not one thing, it's another. If it's not winter and ice, it's something like this. Okay, I'm a little bit better area here. I'm trying to go with the flow. It's real boggy here too, you can see. A lot of times there is quicksand in places like this. Quicksand is a thing, it's just not it's not just a Hollywood thing. I have seen quicksand. I had a dog, the one I was talking about, get stuck in it. The lab thought it was water and got in it and was stuck. I got her out of it, but if she'd been by herself, she wouldn't have gotten out of it. Okay, I'm out of all that brush and everything. That kind of sucked. I really shouldn't complain though, because of just the weather in this region is one extreme to the other. It's just been awful this winter. You just can't get anywhere. People, well, I have people bitch about like, what are you, especially Northerners, and a lot of my watchers are Canadian or, you know, New York staters and stuff like that. You don't realize I live off grid, you know. It's hard for me to, it's like, you know, when it's winter, it's like living in Stalingrad or something. You just can't go anywhere, you can't get out. It's just punishing weather. Cold inside the house, got to burn wood constantly, you know, burn whatever you can find. You know, I've got backup heat, there's still ice. I had to make my own crampons out of, I made some makeshift crampons this year out of mending plates that I found at the hardware store. Strapped them to my feet at work. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. But yeah, I mean, it's just been crazy. But so it's just really kind of great to get out today. As you can see, there's a little park here. There's nobody here though this time of year. I just kind of walked into it. Just a little small park. It's nice and quiet. Sometimes it's good to be out and, you know, out of town and get outside. Is all. That's all I'm really doing today. Just kind of starting to get back into it. Take you guys with me. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask. Now there is some steeper hills up through here. We'll go up here a little bit. We'll go up here. There's a nice chill out spot here. I may have done a few videos up here in the past. There's lots of trails in this area that are like this. I've been on most of them. Looks like this needs to be repaired. Starting to go downhill a little bit. This is a great chill out spot here. Looks like it's changed a lot since the last time I was up here. It has. This used to be all this big rock. Now it's little rock and gravel and silt. It's amazing how much water changes. Can't get over it, how much it's changed. You used to couldn't get out here at all without leapfrogging over these flat rocks. You know, all this portage wasn't here. Stay on trail. That's ominous, isn't it? It is super quiet out here today. If you want to be alone, this is the place to be. Or any place like this. It's Friday as I film this. There's not a soul out here. I think I'm going to head back though. I just wanted to get out today. Get a little filming in. And say test out some gear. Oh, yes. Like I said, I've been trading around a little bit and kind of picking up a couple extra bucks. And the gear that I've been selling, I've been kind of reinvested on some stuff that I think I really need. I picked up some Steiner binoculars the other night. I ordered them. They're the Steiner 8x30 Faro, West German Army type. Yeah, they're used, but we'll see how that goes. Got them at a good price. I've been wanting some of those for a long time. I've got the Marine Commanders, and so I can't wait. You know how I am about the German stuff, especially optics. Anyway, so that's the video for today. Hit like. I will see you in the next video.